due to some scheduling conflicts, we have a bonus episode of FimScripted where we discuss predictions for the rest of the season based on the leaked episode titles that are pretty much confirmed to be true at this point. Needless to say, spoilers ahead. But before we go that, let's just tackle the introduction like we always do. Starting with John, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is John Willow. I come from Scotland. I have a channel on YouTube called the Brony Acting College, which I haven't actually posted to in a few months, but I've been experimenting lately with Adobe After Effects and finding out that it can do some fantastic things. So I've been thinking lately of doing some green screen work and maybe doing some episode reviews, even just updating my own intro video with some sort of dust and scratch effects. So yeah, I got a few things planned for the future, but my brain's all over the place because I'm really bored. Yeah, also kind of looking for a job as well. So anyway, I'll finish here.
All right, and Jennifer?
Hello, I'm Jennifer, and I have no idea. I have no idea. I have nothing clever planned. I'm just me, amateur VA. Yay.
All right, and I'm Ninja DC Derek, and yeah, that's pretty much. I'm in the same thing as John right now, trying to find a job right now over the course of the summer. All right, with that said, we might as well move on to the subject at hand. But before we go into the future, we might as well discuss the current, at least the most current, with the last two episodes. We already covered the episode 100, but let's cover Princess Spike and Party Pooped. And well, let's just start with general thoughts on Princess Spike.
Would you like to go, Jennifer?
Sure. Okay, thank you. For Princess Spike, I thought a secondary title would have been like Spike Ruins Everything, but
Yeah.
because well, for one thing, it was really good to see Spike put in a role, and I think it's his dragon roots going through again, like him letting the power go to his head and make decisions all in Twilight's name. I did like to see. It was a very not really a background pony heavy episode, but there were some. First, the Fargo pony. Did anyone catch that?
The Fargo pony?
Yeah, the one with a really exaggerated Minnesotan accent, with the blonde hair
right.
and the hat, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Fargo.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were references to something.
I'm definitely thinking it's Fargo. If it's something else, I'll just like conk myself in the head or whatever. But I'm like, okay, that's the greatest thing ever. But yeah, I thought it was really good. It was really good seeing Spike just try to do everything right, but kind of bumble in the process. I was surprised how abruptly it ended.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's supposed to end on a kind of, he's gonna mess up sort of thing.
Yeah, I guess so. But other than that, still a funny episode though.
Oh yeah, I thought it was very good. It flowed really well. Yeah, we've it's one of those kind of typical Spike episodes. Nothing really goes his way, but it was great. I mean, I love how much dynamic there is to the background characters now. Even just in their dress sense and their body style, it's great.
Oh yeah, the body style. I remember seeing a tall, lanky male Pegasus. I'm like,
Yeah,
wow.
That was Fluffy Clouds, I think.
Is that a name?
Then speaking of background
I remember.
ponies,
Thanks for the memories.
Oh, okay. Missed it.
Speaking of background ponies, two of the appearances that actually made it in there was the Katie Cook and Andy Price's like OCs from the comics.
Oh my gosh, cool.
All right.
You see him right next to you. It's basically right before the angry mob stage. You can see them right in the back. It's very distinctly their OCs. So first official comic crossover of characters.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. They are now canon now. Nice.
All right, and then I think for my thoughts on the episode, I mean I can sort of understand how some people are upset that Spike is messing up again, but really all of his mistakes for the most part were understandable mistakes and not really blown out proportions this time.
Oh yeah.
Like where he's being like Spike at your service, he was very stupid at several points.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, that the spike at your service one, I think that was so forced upon, the whole
yeah,
Dragon's Code thing.
I have to
but
say that was the only. I have to say that there's not very many episodes. There aren't any episodes I dislike, but honestly, the Spike at Your Service one, that is the only episode out of 101 episodes that I don't really care for.
Yeah. So
but
sorry, Ninja, go on.
no, I was just gonna say like I feel like unlike that episode, the mistakes, at least most of them that end up backfiring, are sort of like very reasonable. And actually, like over half of them are pretty well correct.
Right, right.
It's just
Oh
basically
yeah.
Rube Goldberg of bad luck makes it prevents him from happening. The only issue I'd really have with him is his actual greedy mistakes never really had any input at all into what went wrong.
One thing that's still in common with the past Spike centered episodes, is that Spike always has the best of intentions.
Yeah.
It just he goes about it the wrong. Sometimes he gets about it the wrong way.
Mhm. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But yeah, I mean overall, I felt it was a good episode. I like to describe it as a good fillery episode in a way.
Hmm.
Where basically it's structured well. It has a nice story going. It was like very paced pretty well, and really nothing negative happens to Spike. It actually builds him up somewhat. But really, like I said, it's sort of a filler episode because there's not really any takeaway from this that's probably going to come back in future seasons, sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
Just because it's basically a very isolated plot. And I just brought this up when I was like thinking of like what makes a great MLP episode is like because this episode, like I said, it's structured perfectly and whatnot, but just sort of doesn't basically go over the top and be as special as basically episode 100 was.
Hmm.
Because it's
Yeah.
missing that one special thing, which for episode 100 is basically it gave characterization to all the background ponies. And that's going to be within the series forever more from that point on. Or
Absolutely.
something like Hurricane Fluttershy, her development of getting over her fears somewhat for that. That's going to be relevant forever on. Here it's just sort of like a very isolated story point, and I feel like that's sort of like defined as a good filler episode where it's a good story. I don't think it'll ever come back up, besides maybe a few of the reference characters.
Another thing I liked about the episode is seeing, not just seeing more background ponies, but there's an inkling of um, more lands or cities and towns in Equestria. Like
Yeah.
I believe the Fargo pony, I think was what she said. What did she say? Winnie Soda.
Yeah, Winnie Soda, I think.
I was I was just laughing. I'm like, I love horse puns. Normally I wouldn't have cared for him ever since MLP. Ever since hearing a horse pun, I'm like, I just like bust out laughing. I'm like, I love horse puns.
No, I really wonder what pony represented Van Hoover, because this is I mean, no, let's say that we know that is a city
Yep.
there, and it's basically obviously a pun for Vancouver where these shows are made. So
Yes.
you probably have a feeling they'd probably make that pony a little special, but like they never really, you don't remember them ever referencing Vancouver's pony there.
I have a feeling if they do something where Van Hoover is involved, there's going to be some sort of background pony, like, um, what is it? It was this comedic duo, and Rick Moranis was part of it, but they were they had this really exaggerated Canadian accent, and I have a feeling like um, that skit is going to be like a reference somehow if they ever do a a feature on like Van Hoover. I just have a feeling like that's going to be involved. I can't remember what that duo is, but it's a really exaggerated Canadian accent.
Yeah. There was one particular pony in the episode. He didn't have any dialogue, but He was a chubby older pony with bright orange hair and glasses. Uh, I wonder if that was any reference to anything.
Hmm. No idea. Not sure. Guess we'll just watch the episode again and take a look at it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's for some reason Gallagher or Carrot Top is coming to my mind, but I could be completely wrong.
No, he was definitely a sort of chubby character.
Oh, never
Carrot
mind.
Top's more a skinny guy.
I was thinking of Carrot Top the comedian because he used to be skinny with a big red fro, and now he's a bulky, muscly dude with a big red fro.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
For some reason,
Both.
that just came to my mind.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the thoughts on that episode. Like, what are your thoughts on the other episode that came out recently? Party Pooped. I'm sorry, I know Jennifer, you still have to see it, but
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
So John, what are your thoughts on it?
Me like it. Episode not perfect, but me not smash. Sorry, it's a reference.
If that's any indicator, I need to hurry up and watch the episode.
Oh, you see, well, in this episode, you get the Yakistanians. They come all the way from a place even further from the Crystal Empire. That's all covered in snow. No pony has ever visited it, and yeah, it's like no one knows anything about it except in books. And apparently, all the characters they have this. I don't know. They don't have a very fluent way of talking, much like I'm doing right now.
They have even less of a vocabulary than what you were giving off.
I know.
And yeah, like it brings me to some of the issues I had with the episode. It's like I really felt that I did not really like the Yaks too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like it was probably the most one-dimensional characters throughout the entire series.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And like I said, I think they're like this perspective. Like it would have been a nice joke, but it's sort of like the joke that keeps getting told again and again and again, and it's like, you should have stopped like after the
Yeah.
fifth time.
Yeah. It's they kind of remind me of the impregnable Crunk from the Super Friends thing in I think it was Dexter's Lab. You remember that?
I think I remember some of the segments with it. He was purple.
Yeah, he was purple, and all he would say was like, "Crunk, I don't know, Crunk like blonde-haired guy," or I don't know. It was a joke on the Hulk.
That just reminded me of Hodor from Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hodor.
Hodor.
Hodor!
Hodor.
Hodor!
Oh, Jon Snow. Hodor.
Hodor.
Incidentally, like Hodor's is not his name.
Oh really?
His name I think is, let me see, because it's in a reference. He's actually what's his? I'm trying to remember the one because it's basically a reused name where basically there's a whole bunch of Johns and whatnot in there. Let me think his name is. Let's see. Oliver, what's his? The one Frey, like the head Frey that was a jerk.
Yeah. Are
The
you
old
saying
Frey.
this is like his name in the actual series?
Yeah, like Hodor is basically a word he just keeps saying again and again.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, it's not a name. It's not his name.
No, his actual name is like I'm trying to remember. Like it was the one head Frey that was basically in charge of the Red Wedding.
Oh.
What's his name? That guy's name?
Which wedding? The Red Wedding?
Yeah, the old Frey in charge.
Crap, I can't remember.
He was like the groundskeeper from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Hagrid?
No.
Oh.
No, I mean the old one that was always grumpy and whatnot.
It's not Stannis. It's Baratheon.
No, it's like
Yeah.
Frey. Something.
No.
I can't remember.
Walter, that's
If it's a
Walter.
red wedding, wouldn't it be a Stark?
Yeah, it's Walter Frey. It's like Walter Frey. I think Hodor's name is Walter something. I might be wrong with that.
Oh.
Either way, I forget his name, but like he has like actually a fancier name, but like basically he went down to the Winterfell crypts one time and then he went deep into the crypts and like he came out like startled and just speaking Hodor for like that word the rest of life.
Yeah.
So
Poor
brings
guy.
up the question, what the heck is in those crypts?
Obviously, something so traumatizing that all you can say is Hodor for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It must be that terrifying.
Oh, well,
All right, but I
back to
guess
the
any
episode, I
final
guess.
thoughts? Any final thoughts on Party Poop or
I, yeah, I really liked it. I don't want to spoil too much for Jennifer, but
Thank you.
they, the main
yeah,
six
yes,
discover this room at the bottom of the cake shop, which is full of Pinkie Pie's party stuff, and I guess it kind of confirms the idea that, Pinkie Pie isn't just living there. It's, well, it's like I always wondered if Pinkie Pie, is an actual resident of that place or if she's just renting a room there. Uh, so this kind of says like, yeah, she's got her own space where she can do her own work. It's incorporated into the house, and I guess it's genius that it's hidden so well that you know she can just come up to the surface anytime and throw a throw a surprise party for anyone.
Well, she
yeah.
needs someplace to park that party cannon.
I know.
But yeah, even though I would say it's my least favorite probably episode of the season thus far, there are still good moments. Okay, like especially with some of the humor jokes. I won't
Uh,
spoil anything with you, but remember cheese.
Cheese?
Yeah, you'll understand it when you watch the episode.
Cheese. Okay.
is it is it the quesadilla thing?
Yeah, yeah, don't spoil it for her.
All right, sure.
Oh, I've got to watch the episode.
Yeah, like I said, like the yak humor I found annoying, but the actual other humor throughout the episode was pretty good.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's sort of like a mixed bag episode, but it's not really horrible. It's just sort of like it's sort of like a mixer view
No, I do
episode.
agree. It's not my favorite either. I do think the acts were funny at times, but I mean we've seen this kind of thing before. I think maybe it's wrong to kind of compare it to this, but those old episodes in the 90s when you had one kid who thought he was really popular, and then there was like one person the entire planet that didn't like him, and he does everything he can to try and make him like him.
Are you
By the
talking
end,
about
it just doesn't
Recess?
work. Sorry?
Are you talking about Recess?
Yeah, there's Recess and Weekenders. They did it in basically all the cartoons back then.
Yeah, I just remember that in a specific episode in Recess.
Yeah,
Uh, but yeah, I mean, I sound more negative. Like it's episode as follows. Like I find the yaks, but like it's still a good episode, and it's this writer's first time
oh
like
yeah,
in with MLP. Um, the only thing I hope, which like I didn't realize this till after, which actually does, because before even in my review, I know I was like, oh, I this is a good shot for a first episode overall. Um, the one thing post review that I've like learned that sort of concerns me somewhat is his previous experience was Johnny Test.
oh,
But
Johnny Test.
just like, it's like, yeah,
Still fun.
like,
Still a funny
I,
cartoon.
I never
like,
watched
yeah,
that.
but yeah,
It
it's
it
basically a good
looked too much
summary of
like
it.
Dexter to me.
It's not Dexter, like, trust me, it's not close as good.
Although
Yeah,
the sisters kind of, I don't know. I see Dexter in Johnny Test's sisters. Maybe it's
Oh
just
yeah, I mean, it wasn't like it's obviously they were trying to basically capture lightning in a bottle with like Dexter's Lab 2.0,
yeah,
but it's not Dexter's Lab. Like it was basically in the era where no, Cartoon Network's just trying to recreate the magic but doesn't exactly know the formula yet.
yeah. What was the writer's name?
It's Nick something. Actually,
All right.
I actually have the episode things up right now for our future discussion, which we're about to move on to. But just before then, might as well give him his name. Alright, scrolling down. Alright. His name was Nick Confalone, and the story was by Jason Thiessen and Jim Miller, which are
Oh.
like the executive. They're like the executive producers, or I forget what their position are.
I see.
They're also involved with the story for Princess Spike.
Right. Hmm.
All right, but let's move on to the future with the episode's discussion. Now, before we actually move on to the list, which um pretty much at this point seems to be accurate, which they might change the title because they've changed the title up to like the week before or before. Because I'm actually I know two of the original titles like for I know Keep Calm Flutter On was originally going to be titled like Fluttershy's Cabin or something for Misunderstood Villains or something like that. But they thought it was too on the nose. And like I think Philly Vanilli had like another name before. Like they were like, oh wait, that's just like Philly Vanilli, like that band. So like they switched the name to that. So what I mean by this, the list seems to be pretty much spot on at this point.
Mhm.
However, they still might change like the title at future point in the episode order. But for the most part, I think we can accurately make some guesses. So that's the theme of what we're going for.
Yeah.
Um, but before that, we actually do know two of the episodes coming up: Amending Fences, and Do Princesses Dream of Magic Sheep?
Hmm.
Which I might as well just read. Start with Amending Fences.
Hmm.
Loading up the description now.
I'm gonna guess it's something to do with Applejack.
You're incorrect about that.
Really?
Yeah, like I said, for like the other one, they have the leaked already from Zap, basically the guide thing. But from the Discovery family, it's when Twilight realizes her what a bad friend she has been before moving to Ponyville, she and Spike return to Canterlot to make amends to her former friends.
Ah, right.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I've seen a couple of teasers for that one mixed in with some of the I don't know, episode 100 teasers. Yeah, I think there might have been a show of Lyra. Uh, I don't know.
Yeah, and Lyra's interesting because she's been there both. She's actually because she's currently in Ponyville. Because episode
Yeah.
100 like basically firmly established that.
Hmm.
All right, and then the second episode, which is the one I'm actually more excited about. Not to not to downplay Amending Fences. Actually, does sound like a good episode, but the next one is involves Luna, so I think we can all say we're excited about that one.
Oh yes.
But from
I guess so.
the Discovery,
Ninja, you okay?
Uh-oh. Going in and out.
Ninja, there's something going on with your mic. It's
pronounced cutting out, or
Yeah.
yeah, it's cutting out. I don't know what don't know what to say. It's just going quiet.
I think it's like Yeah, I'm on my laptop for once. I thought I'd be able to use that instead.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't recommend a laptop. Personal experience.
No, it's like no really thing. It's not usually an issue right now. The issue is I have too many tabs up right now. So I
Oh.
Right.
was like going through like the MLP wiki thing. Yeah, there's a lot of graphics and all that. Like so, it's loading it and it's sort of like over freezing it. All
Oh
right, but
yeah,
that's
I know what you
anymore.
mean.
But what are your thoughts on those two episodes?
Huh.
Hello?
Oh, I'm here.
Huh.
What do you
I
think,
was making
Jennifer?
sure I was there.
Oh, let's see. So like the amending fences thing, and what else?
The Luna episode.
Ah. Okay. Um. Hmm. Hmm. That would be the amending fences one sounds pretty interesting to see if um Twilight goes back to Canterlot to her old friends to I guess well mend fences. Um, the title honestly, The Princess's Dream of Magic Sheep, just honestly just threw me for such a loop that um hmm I really have no idea what that could be, or maybe if it is a Luna-centric episode, I'm wondering if it's going to be, I don't know, Luna going into each princess's dreams or something and helping them with a problem.
Yeah. Well,
Alright.
for me, I think the amending fences episode, it'd be kind of nice. I don't know, it'd be a nice change of pace if we just saw a kind of nice, subdued episode. Maybe Twilight meets up with her friends and just, uh, they accept her back into the circle and they just chat about old times. But then again, this is MLP, so it's
Mhm.
likely we're going to see some, some conflict between them. Perhaps I don't know the two friends will bring up some sort of old rivalry, or maybe they'll have some sort of reunion at their old school where Twilight will be completely embarrassed.
Maybe
I,
there will be. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Maybe there will be a conflict where she will think she has to choose between her past friends and her new friends of the main six.
Maybe, maybe this is just a thought. Do you think? You know what? Actually, I was thinking Flash Sentry might come into the episode, but then again, I remember that he works at the Crystal Empire, doesn't he?
And watch the fandom explode.
Yeah, I just thought, what if he came in and she had to
Oh
choose
God.
between hanging out with her friends and hanging out with him.
All I can see is the resounding chorus of the Twilight fanboys be like, "Stay away from my waifu!"
Yeah, poor Flash Sentry.
Poor Flash.
Yeah, poor
But yeah,
fool.
I think those pretty much like you covered ideas. I think there might be references for the Luna one to like gosh, it's escaping me my name, right? Inception. Yeah, that's. I think there'd probably be references to Inception
Uh,
there, but
Right.
what they'll be referencing Inception, did you say?
yeah, probably in the Luna episode because they're
Uh,
basically going inside dreams and whatnot.
Oh,
yeah, maybe. I
it
They're
could
did.
be
not.
it could be a scene of Luna saying, "I must go deeper."
I did.
Yeah, and especially since the writer is M.L. Larson. I mean M.A. Larson.
All right.
He's known for references, so
And chaos.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I did read in Equestria Daily earlier. It was something to do with she enlisted the help of the main six to try and retrieve something that makes ponies have bad dreams, but I'm not really sure what it is. Obviously, they're keeping the details to themselves at the moment.
Maybe there'll be a reference for Nightmare Moon. Maybe
Oh yeah,
I don't know how. I don't know why. Maybe there's a reference with Nightmare Moon somehow.
perhaps, yeah.
I'm still waiting on seeing actually Star Swirl bearded.
if you want to do that, you probably have to go to the comics.
Ah, darn. Oh well.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe the fact that it's tied to the electric sheep, maybe they'll actually become electric sheep.
Alright. But I guess that's what we know. Those episodes we actually do have a synopsis for. Now let's move on to some of the leaked episode titles, 14 through 26. Um,
Yeah, 26 episodes. Wow,
yeah, that's
that's the longest season we've
actually
had.
standard feature for us. Though it depends how you count, like episode, like the
Oh, all
double
right.
episodes. If you count them as one, then there's only 24 episodes in a season. But yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Let's begin with Canterlot Boutique. Any thoughts on the episode?
I think it's going to be a rarity-centric episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
quite a few of the ones sound like they're rarity episodes. It's probably gonna be, yeah, like she gets the opportunity to go to Canterlot and
Mm.
run a boutique. Then she has to choose whether to go back to
Oh,
her.
I've got it. Maybe we're going to see Hoity-Toity again.
Oh yeah,
Because I remember Student Success at one point. He was like, "Would you like to have your couture in my boutique in Candlelight?" And maybe we actually get to see her do that.
oh yeah. Uh, Hoy Toy. Who's that again?
He's
Hoity-Toity.
one with the fan.
Yep, the one with the fan cutie mark. The one who is a person. He's one of my favorites because he's a direct reference to the fashion designer Karl Lagerfeld.
Oh yeah.
'Cause that's exactly what he looks like, and every time you see him, he always has a fan with him.
Yeah. Hmm.
Uh, yeah, I think like that's a given. I'm trying to like I said, there's actually a lot of rarity themed episodes within these titles, and
Whoop whoop.
I figure one of them, at least, I'm trying to figure out which one of those actually will be like their, I guess, map episode.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the things I predict for a map episode, which we'll be going over this later for when and with whatever ones you think there are map episodes. Basically, from what I've seen from like the Griffin episode and the opener, is basically they seem to involve a traveling of the main six, where they go to a new location or possibly a previous location, just basically outside Ponyville,
Mm-hmm.
and teach a lesson of friendship to like someone there.
Yeah.
So I said this is a potential one just because they're going to Canterlot.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually think this is probably going to be more of just focus on Rarity herself, just because this has always been her dream to go to Canterlot and whatnot.
Oh yes.
So I'm thinking this might just be a sort of a parallel to like the Best Night Ever, but like with Canterlot and opening her shop there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Where
guess.
sort of like, oh, this is going to be the best thing ever. Not.
Yeah.
Um, any more thoughts, or do you want to move on to the next one?
Um, nah, I guess we've just about covered everything. Yeah, because it's got to be like she gets an opportunity to open up a shop in Canterlot and has to decide whether to run that or the one in Ponyville. It's
Yeah.
yeah. From the title, it's sort of a given, but then again, maybe it's a rival that opens up shop there.
That's actually an interesting idea where someone from Canterlot opens up a shop next to Rarities.
Yeah,
And they try to
perhaps,
compete like in designs and fashion shows and such.
perhaps we're even going to see the return of that one that was abusing Coco Pomel. What was her name again?
Oh, I have no idea.
I think she might return and Coco Pomel, but I think that's for another episode coming up.
All right, yeah,
I'll get into it later. Mostly because, like I said, I think I do like the idea where someone's coming to Ponyville but since the other pony before was from Manhattan, I don't
yeah,
think she'll be for this one. But like someone from Canterlot coming to basically challenge Rarity for dominance in Ponyville would actually be an interesting twist on this.
That would be interesting.
yeah. All right. What's the next title?
The next one is Scare Master.
Hmm.
Scaremaster.
Yeah, I'm actually this is probably one of the ones we know of that I'm most looking forward to just because of its potential. Mostly because it seems to be an obvious reference to Stairmaster, which is one of Fluttershy's most infamous episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say infamous, actually most famous episode. That's more correct. Um, and the reason I bring this up is also two things. One, like we know, like Rarity, like the basically Stairmaster, whatnot. But the idea is also might be set during Nightmare Night, which basically is scariest night of the year, whatnot.
Yes.
Because they've also been doing previous like analogies to previous events in the first season and second throughout the season so far. So I'm thinking this might be that going back on Nightmare Night, and Fluttershy essentially trying to get over her fears or something like that. Another interesting aspect I just brought up is just because remember I said Jason Thiessen,
Mm-hmm.
the one editor. I still remember one comment he basically said way back in Comic Con last year when
Mhm.
basically asked if you'll ever see Flutterbat again. And he said, "I hope so."
Ah.
Yeah, I
That's
was
when
thinking that there. We did see that she had a tooth still there, you know.
yeah, and it's basically if the episode 100 taught us anything, they're pretty aware of what they're very very aware of like some fandom things.
Mhm.
And probably one of the most popular things of season 4 was by far the Flutterbat.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking if it, I know it's probably not if it's not going to come back this season, it's probably going to come back the next season or something like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, if they can throw the Twyla Cane into into the 100th episode, then they can give us Flutterbat.
True. Very true.
But do you have any ideas what the plot might be?
No, I think you're actually dead on. You know,
I
now
think
that I
so
think
too.
about it. Um, Either that, or maybe it could possibly be a Cutie Mark Crusaders episode. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, perhaps a rehash of the same kind of plot line, but it's like the Cutie Mark Crusaders have to go find the Flutterbat, instead of finding a Coca, what was it?
Cockatrice.
Cockatrice? Yeah.
Maybe the Cutie Mark Crusaders are give. Maybe the Cutie Mark Crusaders um, are given a task to try and make a haunted house, and they try to scare all the ponies, and hijinks ensue, and
Oh yeah, and then Flutterbat comes back.
or that or
Yeah,
that.
and invades the house. Hoo-ha-ha!
For some reason, like if this is a Nightmare Nights episode, I'm hoping Luna and I'm hoping Pipsqueak show up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Because
but like
Pipsqueak is just too adorbs.
yeah, like I don't know what the plot is, but like basically I'm excited for it if it involves basically Nightmare Night or Flutterbat returning in general.
True.
So seems to be a
Yeah.
lot of potential, like I said, with this episode coming up.
Since we're giving all the men voices now, I'd love to have Featherweight have a voice.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know. It's just he's that one character you see so often, yet he doesn't speak. Apart from Vinyl.
Vinyl hasn't spoken yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have a feeling at one point they're just gonna ever speak, but it's gonna be like this. They're gonna play it off casual, like in something in the background, just sort of to be anticlimactic about it.
I have to ask, whose head is going to explode if Vinyl speaks and it's No Acking's voice?
Who knows? Yeah.
I know mine will. I know mine will. If I hear her saying that, like, I don't know, just like it doesn't even have to be the bass cannon line. It just has to be like just something, and I'm like, and I see the name in the credits. I'm like, oh my gosh, they finally did it.
All right. Speaking, let's see. Get that later. Reading the list. Um, After Scaremaster, like speaking of Rarity episodes, we have Rarity Investigates. I
Hmm.
obviously think she'll be involved in some way. So what do you
Nah,
think she'll be
I think
investigating?
nah, I think it's all bulk biceps. I'm just kidding.
Oh, good man.
Hilarious if it was like, wait a minute.
Well, hmm. They did do a comic book once, I think, about it was about Trixie getting involved with a diamond heist by complete accident. So that's kind of like the first idea that I got from that tile, that maybe Rarity is asked to help out with some sort of diamond heist. I mean, like
Oh.
yeah, like she uses her power of finding gems in order to find this rare crystal.
Okay, okay. That sounds ironically like the episode where she was helping the Diamond Dogs.
Yeah, of course.
Hmm. Wait a minute. Oh, I see where you're going with this. Maybe it could be almost an homage to um what is it? The Maltese Falcon or something.
What's the Maltese Falcon?
That's the thing. I think it's a I thought it was a heist movie, but for some reason it just came to my mind. I don't even know if that's the right title to do an homage from,
All
but
right. Oh my God! Imagine if they had like a parody character of uh the Pink Panther.
oh,
Imagine, you know.
yes.
Oh,
Or better yet, they do a Mission Impossible kind of scene in which there's Rarity's coming from the
oh,
scene,
with
and then she's
with
falling down, and
Bond.
then she like stops.
Yeah, with Agent Swee drops, you know, trying to find
Oh my goodness, that blew my mind.
I know.
Like that's too much to take right now.
I know. They try to they try to steal a magical crystal from Aoi Zoto.
Then you got to make it a Daring Do episode.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I wonder when we'll see her again, you know?
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be a Rarity and Daring Do episode, and like Rainbow Dash is in the back. It's like, dang, how come Rarity gets to hang around with Daring Do?
Yeah. You know, I was I don't know why this popped into my head, but you know when T-Rex started stealing all the Q marks from everybody,
Yes. Yep.
I just I had this vision in my head of someone drawing a comic where, you know, you'd have Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon lying sprawled on the ground without any Q marks, and the Q Mark Crusaders are just standing over them smiling, and you know they're like, "Don't say it." But I don't think I ever saw anyone actually draw that, which I'm kind of
Oh,
disappointed.
that would be awesome. They look over and like, who's the blank flank now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh yeah, just revenge, you know?
Oh, sweet revenge.
Yeah.
Sweet revenge. If there's anything I tell you, those two got it. They got something coming in the most awesome way.
Oh yeah. You know, I was gonna say this. Uh, a week or two ago, I bought a comic which was the second part of some sort of uh Equestria homage day or something.
Hmm?
Anyway, in this comic, there was a section where Twilight enlisted the Q-Mark Crusaders and Diamond Tiara to put on a play about the heritage of,
Yeah,
and I was like,
yeah.
"Oh God, that was my idea!"
Yeah, I felt so bad. I felt so bad when I read it. I'm like, oh no, they stole the idea. Shoot.
I know.
I
Nah,
felt
they
so
they had it
bad.
first. Yeah. Well, you never know. I think the comics, you know, they're sort of canon, but I think at some point we see little bits that are similar to the comics.
Very true.
I don't know. I can't really think of one in particular. Uh,
But all
yeah.
right, you covered like the rarity aspect, which, like I said, brings us to the next episode title, which again is another rarity episode, or most probably is Made in Manhattan.
Hmm.
So that's an,
Hmm.
Made in Manhattan. Hmm.
Made in Manhattan.
the one other feature that goes with this is like from the trading cards, it seems that Coco Pomel is likely going to appear in this episode.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hey, Mike. Hmm. Hmm.
Perhaps
Made
it's
in Manhattan. Hmm.
perhaps it's an episode centered around her and the Orange family.
That really would be interesting. See the Orange family actually referenced again.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
because I don't think we've actually seen them since season one.
That and while we're at it, might as well see Cutie Mark wearing Bab Seed.
Oh
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. I'll be so happy if they bring her back. Babseed, has so much potential.
Yeah, maybe it will be a Bab Seed episode. Like maybe she gets
Or
mixed up with Coco Pomel somehow.
this was actually mentioned on a podcast with Michelle Krieber at one point, and she had a really fun idea, which I really hope this happens. The Cutie Mark Crusaders go to Manhattan and they meet up with Babseed again, and somehow they find themselves on wait, Bridal Way, I should say. They should find themselves on Bridal Way, and then bleh, Sweetie Belle ends up on the cast, and all of a sudden she's like, I want to sing, and then all of a sudden she just blows everybody away with her singing.
Huh. Wow.
And that was Michelle Creeber's idea. And I'm like, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But like I said, since Coco Pramel is likely, it seems leaked, other leaked info going to be involved.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking this will probably be another map episode, just because traveling to another location has a previously shown character likely going to learn a lesson of some sort, and Rarity is likely involved. So I'm thinking this is probably her map episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just, from the previous map episodes, it seems like they're sending everybody to lands which have never been explored before. I mean, what could they learn from Manhattan? I don't know.
Well, like I said, there like one thing we can learn is that from its last appearances, it could definitely use a few friendship lessons.
Yes.
I suppose.
And some lessons in respect. I mean, there have been cases where Twilight's been rude, locals have been absolutely rude to Twilight. I've always been I know this is out of character, but I always keep thinking like Twilight's finally gonna snap and be like, "Do you know who I am?"
Yeah.
All right. Next episode after that is, speaking of male voice actors, is Bro Hooves Social. Brother Hooves Social.
I have no idea what to expect from that one.
Yeah.
I'm expecting Big Mac and Shining Armor in some way. That's.
Oh, I'm for it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm for it. I'm for it.
And I'm thinking also Spike will probably be involved in, well. Which I'm thinking this is either going to be a great thing to have these characters actually get some time to be characters.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope they don't send it off to like a new writer, someone who's not used to writing for them or something like that. That's potential to basically add character to what they're actually doing behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Maybe this will be nothing but a big male pony special or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like nothing to do with the like sisterhood social that we saw before. Maybe I don't know. Like maybe I'm picturing Big Mac and Shining Armor just sitting down at a cafe somewhere, drinking coffee and talking about life. I don't know.
That would be interesting though.
Maybe Big Mac decides to enlist in the Royal Guard or something.
Wow.
Oh God, I could imagine him, in front of his major or something. Maybe are you, are you stupid soldier? And he's like,
Nope.
"Hey."
Nope. Why do you say nope?
Yeah.
Can't you say anything else other than nope and yep, boy?
Why'd you finish putting together your gun so fast?
Or better yet, put him next to both biceps and you're like, you're just as bad as this other pony. Yeah. All he says is yeah.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Making bulk biceps a masseuse. What was that about?
No, wait a minute. Give bulk biceps a sister, a twin sister, but with the roided up body, the tiny wings, but make the face just look just barely feminine.
Oh God, what if I don't know, it was like he had a really, really cute sister that everybody liked, like the original Full Metal Alchemist series.
Yeah, Armstrong.
Oh, fabulous. Yeah. Yes.
Oh God.
I'm Catherine L. Armstrong, jackpot! That episode always cracks me up. It's like, I've always wanted a man that looks like you, but with a physique like my brother, huh?
Then like in the newer one, there's like his other sister, which is
Oh, God.
basically normal size. Like if you're not aware, like she's normal size woman, but like super like strict, or she scares him is basically the best way to
Yes.
say it.
The fact that Armstrong is scared by her, I'm like, okay, this woman is awesome. The fact that
Yeah,
Armstrong is scared of her.
yeah,
Even when Mustang was like trying to make passes, I'm like, no, no, you should be
I
smarter
know.
than this, but you're not.
They have one episode where they actually fight each other for the control of the Armstrong household. It's
Yeah.
very clear that, Armstrong is stronger than her, is made clear in other episodes, but
Right.
yeah, she's obviously a better fighter. Can use the strength against them.
The funny thing is, she's the one who calls him like weak and such. But I'm like, do you see that physique? That physique? What?
Yeah.
But obviously, this means like, okay, I'm willing to forgive that. I'm like, okay, she must be like, a badass, a really big badass underneath. So she's got the actions to back it up. So I'll give the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
All right. As for the next episode, since you're actually looking forward to a Cutie Mark episode,
Mhm.
this one has a very likely possibility. It's called Crusaders of the Lost Mark. Something tips me off it might be a Cutie Mark Crusader episode.
And there's
Which
going to be references to Raiders of the Lost Ark.
which cutie mark? Sorry, what episode is this one again? Number
19.
19, so we have 7 left. Okay. Any thoughts, Jennifer?
Let's see. I anticipate there's going to be some Raiders of the Lost Ark or some sort of Indiana Jones reference. Um, as for Raiders of the Wait a minute, let me just check the title again. 1 second. Crusaders of the Lost Mark. Other than Indiana Jones references.
Here's an interesting idea I have is possibly with it is what happens if Starlight Glimmer actually appears again
Yeah.
in there.
Oh,
That's
there
what
you
I'm
go.
thinking.
And then all of a sudden, like Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon are the first to lose their marks. Ooh, ooh, possibilities.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, possibilities. Possibilities for revenge and karma and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Maybe that will happen. Maybe Starlight Glimmer gets introduced to Filthy Rich somehow.
Hmm.
And I don't know, she ends up stealing the Doris Cutie Mark just on a whim. I don't know, holding it ransom in order to get enough money to start up a new town.
Or
And
maybe she somehow like, okay, the one day that Shirley calls off work or whatever,
uh-huh.
Starlight Glimmer goes into her place and then she starts teaching the fillies and everything. Is like, you don't need a cutie mark. It's all about equality. She tries to do it again, but this time with a younger, more impressionable audience.
I
No,
guess
she's
so.
wearing makeup and doing that.
True.
It's
No,
very possible this even might be a Daring Do episode.
That's
Somehow
okay.
the Cutie Mark Crusaders get mixed up with Daring Do.
And once again, there's Rainbow Dash in the background, like, oh no, I missed it again.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
no, she gets jealous of Scootaloo actually getting like how Scootaloo's always jealous, like they're always having adventures with Rainbow Dash. Now Rainbow Dash is gonna be jealous that Scootaloo's having adventures with Daring Do.
Oh, that's a thought.
Yeah, what happened to that whole Rainbow Dash is gonna take Skulu under her wing thing?
It's actually been shown in the background somewhat, like basically with Flight to the Finish, that was basically a big plot of it.
I
And
guess.
also, I remember with the most recent Discord episode, Rainbow Dash's ticket went to Scootaloo.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So she is sort of like acting as a bigger sister
Yeah.
figure.
Not like her own parents can get her a ticket.
There goes that tragedy myth again that she's an orphan. I wonder if the whole fandom's not over the chicken thing.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
We still don't see Fluttershy's parents.
No, we don't.
I think it's
Mm.
one of those. Somehow I think it's one of those like Pegasi things. You know how like birds eventually fly in a nest. Uh,
Yeah.
maybe that's it. You know, they don't ever really see their mom and dad after they discover their own talents.
And
I don't know.
Fluttershy's like, why would she go back to, and apparently from her experiences in Cloudsdale, why would she, she probably would never want to go back to the ponies that would tease her all because she couldn't really
Yeah.
fly very well.
Yeah. Maybe that's a future episode. Her mom and
Ooh.
dad will come down and they'll disapprove of her lifestyle.
Yeah, I
Oh,
have fun theories for another time involving Fluttershy's parents.
Yeah.
Probably might go into Equestria Girls like the next one when we discuss that or whatever.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Can we discuss the movie
oh, the
later on?
friendship games.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
see.
think we might actually discuss that right after Comic-Con because that's probably going to get the trailer out first.
Sweet.
Okay. God, those
But
dolls look so bad.
well, like here's like an interesting idea I just wanted to bring up. Is like what if in the Fluttershy is part changeling?
Oh God.
What?
What if she's part changeling?
I what? Sorry, what?
What if Fluttershy is part changeling?
How how do you get that impression?
No,
But
I can't. No.
well, like there's a funny thing theories I brought up like that. Is this um it's actually sort of like a funny like I'll go into it later, but like maybe we just bring up some like ideas. Like remember like with bats, the spell only transferred the desire to be like the feed on apples like a vampire bat. It didn't actually transfer the power to become a vampire bat. Just the
Oh, I see.
desire.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I also think about Fluttershy's ability to communicate with other animals.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be
Yeah.
very convenient for a changeling
Hmm.
to speak other languages when you're taking over people?
Well, true, true.
And also, like, remember, like, even back then at the Candlelight Wedding, there's actually an off-screen reference to how Chrysalis is yelling at the birds for singing off key.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wait, what? Sorry. What was that one you said? Singing off key?
Chrysalis, like when she's in the form of Princess Cadence, yelling at the birds that are singing off key.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Speaking
this
of
is a fun
birds,
theory I brought up. Actually, it goes into some fan script I was doing later.
Mhm.
But the other idea I was just bringing up with the Equestria Girls is like with friendship games. If you look at some of the toy leaks, there's like
yeah.
promotional art where basically Fluttershy is surrounded by all the villains.
Uh-huh.
And like one of the one which is next to her is like basically confirmed through one toy game to be like Queen Chrysalis, which might be
Oh
the
my God.
principal, which might be the principal of their school. Which I was saying like it'd be funny if she's like her aunt or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, this
wow.
is going way off topic. Like I said, this is a fun topic for another time.
I heard a theory, and this is one theory that I actually kind of like about Fluttershy, one of Fluttershy's parents. I had this belief. This fan had a drawing that he or she believed that Fluttershy's father was a former Wonderbolt.
Yeah, that's another older one. Was
I like that one. I like that one
Yeah.
because it would make sense as to why she was kind of pushed into like flight school or whatever.
I think
Ever this former Wonderbolt is like it was like you're gonna become a Wonderbolt, so you need to learn how to
I
fly.
think
Doesn't matter if you're terrified.
Flight School is just mandatory for all, Pegasi. I mean, yeah, it's just like how would how would they know how to fly from birth? I don't know.
Well, that is true, and how they have to learn how to condition their wings to put them, make sure they're flying in top shape.
Yeah, I mean only a teacher could do that, I think.
Yeah, but still, only a teacher can push him out of a cloud and be like, start flapping.
all
Yeah.
right. let's just try to get back on topic. Like I said, that was a fun idea
Uh,
for discussing the parents that aren't seen yet for a future episode.
you know,
Um, but the next episode to that was let's see, the one where Pinkie Pie knows.
hmm,
And Ellie, I'm gonna go grab some water. I'll just let you take it away from now. Or
okay.
all right, go ahead.
The one where Pinkie Pie knows.
Pinkie
What does
Pie
she know?
knows.
She knows a very nosy nose. Of a very nosy nose.
Pinkie Pie knows the fourth wall exists.
Mm-hmm. She painted it red and gave it a list.
And she thinks there's cupcakes on the other side.
They're made of dragon breath.
And cumulonimbus clouds.
Hmm. And dress foam.
Dress foam.
I don't know, I'm just making it up.
Topped off with Zap Apple Jam.
Supposedly, if you eat one, you become immortal for 5 minutes.
You become a what for 5 minutes?
You become immortal.
Oh.
Immortal!
Ooh.
They're like Dragon Balls!
Oh no. Pinkie Pie. Okay, Pinkie Pie eats a cupcake and becomes a Saiyan. How about that?
Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh my God, yes.
I don't know. We've already seen Twilight become a Rapidash, so
Oh, that is that is true.
very possible.
Very possible. She's already been like triple god mode, you know. But you give all that power to Pinkie, we're all doomed. Bye bye, Equestria.
Yeah.
Or she throws a party so big it just everybody just parties themselves into oblivion. But there's plenty of confetti and balloons and cake to be had.
Oh my God. Imagine if her and Discord swap powers for one day.
Oh
Gosh, the
no!
question would break.
It
Huh?
would rain chocolate. It would be chocolate rain forever. One of the greatest lines ever in MLB was like, "Eternal chaos comes with chocolate rain." It makes me giggle every
Yeah.
time.
But my only thoughts on the episode. This might be Pinkie's rumored family episode,
Oh yeah.
just because that's supposedly confirmed that she's gonna have a Pinkie family episode, and since that one's the other one coming, we've already had the Pinkie one just recently, so I think that one might be it.
Yeah. We
There's
went
still
really
some other
off topic
possibilities.
there. I'm sorry.
Let's see. But any final thoughts before we move on to 21?
If
Um,
it is a Pinky centric episode, I wonder if we're gonna see existential gummy again.
yeah, maybe.
Be fun.
Maybe that's what she knows. She knows what he's thinking.
Oh, interesting.
Or I don't know, maybe cheese sandwich comes back into it somehow.
Oh, I'm for that. I'm totally for that. I loved
Yeah.
cheese sandwich.
Maybe somehow she has to pretend that he's her boyfriend or something.
Oh, I'm for that. I'm definitely for that. I'll ship those every day.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Ah,
The next episode after that is Hearthbreakers. The
yeah.
only prediction I really have with that is it will in some way involve Heartswarming Eve or
Hearthbreakers.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Hearthbreakers.
the only guess I have is it involves Hearthwarming Eve Day or however whatever the Christmas knockoff is.
Yeah, Hearth
Yeah.
Swarming Eve.
Harp Swarming Eve. Um,
Yeah, no, it's just saying that. You want to just move on?
Yeah,
Um,
it probably is a festive episode. Yeah, they just I don't know, something happens to ruin their Christmas, basically.
and it's all Discord's fault.
hmm
That's the only thing I could think of.
Speaking of which, I believe the next one is some sort of Discord title, isn't it?
Yeah, I was saying the next 22 is What About Discord?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Which I
Discord.
have a feeling that I have a feeling the theme of the episode is basically Discord trying to find his place and basically his seat on the throne.
I guess,
So I
yeah.
think just basically trying to figure out how he fits into Equestria
Hmm.
because he really doesn't do much. And you really
Nah,
think about besides hanging out with Fluttershy.
yeah. Maybe
Something
we'll
Maybe
about
see.
cause random chaos here and there.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, maybe we'll see Tree Hugger again.
Oh no, no,
No.
no! Like, oh my goodness. Okay, if for some, okay, if we're gonna see Tree Hunger again,
Yeah.
and if for some reason if this trail of episodes is running through the year into next year, I hope they debut that episode on 420. If 420 is on a Saturday, I hope they debut it on it. Seriously.
What's 420?
Oh, like yeah, I forget you're from Scotland. But basically, it's like a stoner's holiday, basically.
And it would be so appropriate for Tree Hugger because I don't care what anyone says, that pony is high as a kite.
That's what everyone says.
Thank you! Yay! I'm not alone, yay.
And that literally is what everyone says with their character. Um,
Oh,
Munching on
dear.
brownies.
There actually was a comic book where she gave everyone brownies.
No! I need to track that down.
It's on DeviantArt. Look it up.
I need to find it. I need to look at it. But if there is a Discord entry hugger, please let 420 be on a Saturday. It would be too perfect. It would be way too perfect.
Oh God.
all right. Any more thoughts on Discord?
Uh, no. I guess that'd be my only thoughts. Him trying to find his place.
All
True.
right. Next one is called the Who Fields and McColts, which I think we can all agree will involve a parody or reference to the famous feud.
Between the Hatfields and McCoys.
Yeah.
I love horse puns.
Wait,
What's
are you
Hatfield?
aware of that, John?
What's Hatfield and McCoy?
That's what I was asking if you're aware of that. It's basically one of the biggest family feuds that happened in American history. Basically, the
Uh-huh.
Hatfield, it started over like the rumor it says it started over like a hog being taken away or something like that. But it's basically a lot of built up like tension between two families between Wyoming. No, I don't know why I said Wyoming, but West Virginia and Kentucky, right along the border. Hatfield from West Virginia, McCoy's from Kentucky, and basically it started out. They say like the famous things that started were like a pig being taken over from like basically going over in someone else's yard and being shot and whatnot, but it actually goes back farther. Basically, McCoys were north during the Civil War, Hatfields were south, and they
I
killed
see.
some McCoys. And then even after the Civil War, there's still tension. Then when the pig thing is basically, well, you owe me for the pig. Well, so he shoots two of your pigs, and he shoot like it basically escalated from there. And
I
like the
see.
field became outright battlefield, and a lot of people died, and actually it almost broke into another civil war because basically West Virginia was basically about to mobilize their uh, their National Guard troops to basically settle the issue. I think Kentucky was basically like, "Whoa, you think you're going to step in?" And then brings up their thing. Yeah,
I
so it
see.
was basically big chaos. It's hard to explain. It's like I actually was curious about if you were aware of it.
So, can you repeat the episode title again?
Uh, the Hooffields and the Colts.
The Hoof Fields and the Colts.
The Colts. So, like I said, it's likely a big analogy for that. So, I think we can guess it's going to involve two feuding families, like within Equestria, and probably I'm thinking this might be a map episode, just because it sounds
Yeah,
like it's going to be somewhere
possibly could
else,
be a math episode.
and it'll probably involve selling dispute.
Probably. I think something
Yeah,
like this will definitely involve Applejack, I think.
yeah. It kind of it sounds a little bit like the first two episodes in a way. Like you know how they reference communism. This is now referencing a almost civil war type thing.
Hmm.
Eh, I don't know. Somehow I feel like Starlight Glimmer's gonna have a bit of a cameo in it.
I don't think here, but it might. I think like when we get into the final episodes, be discussing her again.
Hmm.
All right. The next episode after that is the main attraction,
Hmm.
and yes, that is pronounced with a pun.
Yay!
Yeah.
So I honestly have no idea, but since there's a pun in it, and I feel there's going to be some way involved manes and hair,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like I mean, it could just be them going pun just for a pun, but I feel it will in some way be involved. So, huh,
Hmm.
any ideas? Because this episode has me basically, I
Stumped.
have
Yeah.
nothing.
Could be another rarity episode.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
one thing I disagree, like, I mean, I was thinking that first, but I think it's like, nah, she has too many episodes going
Yeah.
for involved. So I'm thinking she could be involved, but if it would be sort of like as a multicast episode. I'm thinking
Could be.
Hmm.
because like you said, Rarity would have a lot of episodes. We're gonna have like the Candelabra Boutique, Rarity investigates.
Right. Maybe the maid in Manhattan.
Yeah. So it's like then having a fourth Rarity focus episode just seems like off.
Well, what if I was thinking Babseed at the beginning because Kmart Crusaders made this kind of assumption that she's going to be a stylist.
Yeah,
Uh,
Oh yeah.
I would really hope this is true. Like I was thinking that as well, but I don't know.
yeah.
That said, I
Other than
really
that,
would hope.
all I can kind of picture is maybe the Flim Flam brothers make an appearance and they've invented this new hairspray that accidentally works as a pheromone. So anyone who uses it suddenly has other people's attention.
Hmm. That's a thought.
Yeah. Hmm.
But I think it actually might be another basically in some way it's probably going to involve beauty or hair or something.
Could it possibly be a Maniac episode?
That would actually be
Oh,
all.
that would be wonderful. I love Maniac.
Yeah, because we did see the comic book disappear at the end of one episode. So
Right.
what if she somehow escapes from the comics?
Hmm.
I mean, that would be all. Like I said, that would be awesome. I don't think it would, but it would be. I don't think that's what's going to happen. But it's one of those things like I would not be mind being wrong on this, just because like I really would like to see her come back in another episode.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. Make all the predictions. Yeah, sorry. I was gonna say like make all the predictions you want, but you shall never guess what the writers have planned.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, and I guess that brings us to the finale, which is a
Dun, dun,
two-parter
dun.
again. The cutie remark.
Yeah.
The cutie remark.
I'm just going to make a prediction now that Sunset Glimmer is going to be involved in some way.
You
Yeah.
mean the Starlight Glimmer?
So, yeah, Starlight Glimmer. Curse you, like you stellar named ponies that are all the same, similar.
I know.
Twilight Sparkle, Sunset Shimmer, Starlight Glimmer. What do they all have in common? Named after. Hmm.
I
Only two
know.
out of three of them were like former pupils of Celestia, so.
Yeah.
Or were they all? Dun dun dun.
Ooh, dun dun dun.
I know. The next one is called Dawn's Dew. I'm out.
Nice.
Actually, it would be a funny thing if one of the like either Pinky or someone just references like, why all the same names? Like a question like for Celestia's like pupils or something like they're all like similar.
Who knows? It's probably a prophecy.
As was foretold in the scrolls.
Yes, the scrolls written by written
M.A.
by
Lawson, I
our
don't know.
mages. Sorry?
Oh my goodness.
I'm thinking though, like speaking of writers, actually, I'm pretty sure this will probably be Megan writing this episode,
Yeah,
just because like usually like she alternates between writing the opener or closer,
yeah.
and since she wasn't the writer of like the opener, I'm thinking they'll probably be writing the closer.
Oh, I hope so. She's wonderful at writing those. I don't know.
Yeah,
Uh, I those are always particularly my favorites. I mean, she's also written some of my favorite single episodes, like I think she wrote Party One and Lesson Zero.
yeah,
Uh,
she's one of my favorite writers in there too. I found her a little bit more balanced than M.L. Larson,
yeah.
M.A. Larson.
And she wrote most of the Discord episode, I think. Most of them.
No, actually, that was Discord's actually pretty mixed because I
Yeah.
know M.A. Larson was the one who wrote the uh, like Discord's appearance,
All
and
right.
then Megan actually was involved within the story idea for Keep Calm Flutter On. Um,
Yeah.
and then let's see, she did write the Discord episode, like the season finale and also the season opener.
Yeah. What what I know about Megan McCarthy is that she wrote Very Scary, the episode of Foster's Home in the first season when a little purple thing comes to the house and falls in love with the main character, but he doesn't notice her at all. She goes absolutely batshit. Uh, so Megan McCarthy to me is this writer that knows how to write, batshit insane characters.
Yeah, I think I think everyone agrees like the crazy characters are some of the funnest.
Oh,
Yeah,
agreed.
she's also good at sight gags. Like I don't know, in the Foster's episode you had all these like musical references and references to old soap operas and things. All just brilliant sight gags. And I've noticed that a lot with MLP. There's plenty of sight gags.
Yep, and the
Uh,
animator, like if the script doesn't have like analogy for something else, usually animators will work something in.
yeah. Anyway, back to the episode. Yeah, the word remark. I mean, is it does it have a dash for it? Like is it remark or is it remark?
Like let me see, no dash, just remark.
Yeah,
But I'm thinking it will and basically involve. I'm thinking this will have a similar story to Magical Mystery Cure, but like more developed.
Hmm.
I guess. Yeah.
I mean, not just like switching, but I think it might have like basically destinies being sort of altered because of Cutie Mark magic, which again would bring in like Glimmer because like she's already had Cutie Mark magic, so she might have some more as like basically reserve.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking one potential for this is because I remember another trading card thing is they had basically a Nightmare Moon version of Celestia.
Ooh.
I forget what it was
Oh
called.
yeah.
It was like Solar Flare or something like that, or
Oh yeah. So
and
are you thinking maybe she maybe changes the destinies of the princesses?
yeah, that might be like something like that. Because
Yeah.
actually, was she was interested in Twilight's Princess Cutie Mark,
Yeah.
so actually would be interesting to key. But also like that might be a potential just to help develop some other characters, like um, possibly change up like the characters' cutie marks, or um, change up the cutie marks, but also actually give the cutie marks to Cutie Mark Crusaders. I'm still holding out on that one.
Oh God, that would be so fucking cruel if they just gave them cue marks for like a half episode.
I mean, like, give it to them and they actually stay, and that's part of the plot.
You
I
know,
don't know if it will
maybe,
happen, but I hope it happens.
yeah, maybe at that point the Q Mark Crusaders will be like, "Oh, I give up. I don't know what my destiny is. I'll join you. I'll become a equalist." And yeah,
Or
they end
maybe
up.
like through like the remarking how it plays with Destiny, they basically learn and like truly understand what a cutie mark represents, and then through that they basically quickly discover their talents and whatnot.
Or
Mhm,
that.
maybe. Uh,
But yeah, any predictions for the finale?
I've
hmm.
got none. I've got no predictions. I'm just sitting back. I'm just gonna sit back and wait because I have no predictions about this.
Um, I think Twilight's probably gonna have some sort of legend of Aang moment, where she actually steals Starlight Glimmer's power, takes it away.
Oh, you mean take away her magic?
Yeah, because I mean, her magic is the only thing that's keeping her from, uh, you know, it's the only thing that's helping her towards her goal. So I don't know, maybe if there was some sort of spell to transform her into an Earth Pony or something.
Nothing wrong with her ponies.
Yeah, and that's all I'm saying.
Or just like rewrites her destiny where she can't use like that specific talent for the spell.
Maybe, yeah. I want to see Celestia's sort of god mode. You see it sometimes in the comics that she, goes into sort of sun goddess mode. To
That would be
basically,
kind of cool.
They actually
yeah,
used to do that in the episode, in the series itself, like they're in season 1 and 2, but they just sort of like started downplaying her power
yeah,
and sort of all the princesses' power, really.
yeah.
They remind
Well,
me of the dragons from Game of Thrones, where like when they're first introduced, they're like unstoppable machines, and then by season 5, a few spear throws threatens them.
oh yeah, yeah.
Sort of,
I heard somewhere that the dragons are actually going to double in size by season 6.
yeah, that's just ridiculous. If you read the books, the dragons that like conquered Westeros, they're over 100 years old.
Uh-huh.
So
Wow.
like yeah, like the ones that, like when they and like he basically the family like waited forever to actually spring their ambition.
Hmm.
Like the black I forget Belair's the black who's like the one that the Aegon rode into battle and won with. He was over 100 years old, and basically the dragons just basically they always grow until they die.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So he was like the size of like a 747 jet in the end. So like that you can sort of understand like that's how he was sort of able to conquer Westeros, not with like small dragons that can barely pick up Danny.
Yeah.
Like the big, but like big dragons.
Yeah, big dragons were they're pretty much they're like you can only kill them by through eye shots. Like eye shots are killing the rider.
True.
Did you just? Oh, sorry.
Like did he what?
No, I just caught that. Like, for eye shots are killing the writer. Sorry. Did you say killing the rider?
uh, yeah,
Oh, you
Killing
rider.
the
mean the
writer.
dragon? Whoever is riding the dragon.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's Game of Thrones finale. What's this? Any other thoughts with this finale?
Um. hmm,
Do you think of like anything that happened? I mean, this is sort of like a loose end, like might be going working into the finale. But do you think anything from here to the finale will involve like matching it up with the next Equestria Girls film, Friendship Games? Like a
I don't.
character that's introduced that has a double over in Equestria Games, or like there's a plot point or something.
Uh. I don't know. The fact that they've got the the other Twilight and the Shadowbolt Skull kind of says to me that they're trying not to have the ponies in this movie.
They try
Yeah,
to
You
keep
know,
it as separate from the show canon as possible.
yeah,
yeah.
because I don't think they ever actually intended to make it canon in the first place. It was sort of
Right.
like the Dragon Ball Z movies,
Oh
but
yeah.
No,
then
like
they
I would say it's more than that because actually, unlike Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball is like based off the manga, so like it's and then the series is basically an unofficial spin-off. I mean, the anime and movies.
yeah,
Well, basically, the Question Girls film, like this, the show itself is a thing, and this is a direct spin-off of that. So it is canon, but it's like sort of a loose canon that's self-contained.
Uh-huh.
yeah,
That's how it's
yeah,
described. So basically, it happens, but like nothing big will usually influence from Equestria Girls will influence the main Equestria,
Mhm.
I
but
guess
everything that
so.
happens
Yeah,
there is canon.
yeah, and then they sort of threw in all the comics, if you know, I mean, like, sorry. I was just gonna say that, in the comic book series, you see Star Swirl the Bearded very clearly using the magic of these mirrors to look in other dimensions, which, strangely enough, the human world is the only one that actually changes the ponies into humans. So the other ones, they don't do anything. There's that one where, you know, uh,
Oh, like you have to remember, like this is a different mirror though. He had a few different portals.
I know, but it's very interesting, that that's the only universe that changes the ponies into humans.
Like I said, it could be the portal itself because it had a few. This one was like off to the side. Could be one where like he designed it to basically match with the universe itself and try to line it.
Yeah, I guess.
But
Uh,
yeah, I guess if you have no more thoughts on the finale, that pretty much brings us to the end of our predictions. Unless you have any general projections for the rest of the season that you can't exactly pin down to an episode on this from name.
hmm. Jennifer?
Mm. Um, do I have any more predictions? Hmm. There was there was one prediction that I heard like a couple years back, and I'm wondering if it's still gonna happen. Um, a royal baby for Cadence and Shining Armor.
Oh yeah.
I think that is probably going to happen at some point, just because the toy market alone is enough for Hasbro to go for that. So it's like they're probably going to do it at some point. I don't know if it's this season, but it's probably going to happen at some point.
Right.
Hmm.
And I actually mean that in the best way. Like it's one of the things where like the toy line can't actually have benefits having it from there, but
Yeah. I guess I don't know. I'd like to actually this could maybe happen in the next episode because, well, we know that to get into the school of magic, you need to be able to crack a dragon's egg, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, what if in this making amends, Spike encounters a baby female dragon?
that'll be
Interesting.
interesting.
He takes a bit of an interest in her.
Interesting.
Yeah. Or maybe a fellow male dragon that just doesn't like uh Twilight's relationship with his master or something. I don't know.
Right, right.
It actually
Yeah.
brings up a question, like, because usually when they do a Spike episode in these longer, like regular length season, they usually work in two Spike episodes a season. We already
Yeah.
had one, so like one of these other episodes might involve Spike heavily. Obviously, this upcoming
Uh,
one will be Spike and Twilight. Another one might be Spike focus as well.
God, one thing I hope they don't focus on is, like, how, well, in the beginning of Princess Spike, they have him hit by a door. That happens again in the Yak episode, right at the beginning. They hit him with a door.
Oh no.
So it's like, oh my God, is this going to be a running gag?
Poor Spike getting hit with doors. No.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like we haven't seen it before. I think in the very first episode of season one, he actually got hit by a door once or twice.
True, true. But
Yeah,
don't you think it gets old after, I don't know, third or fifth time?
yeah. I don't think we've actually heard the Wilhelm scream in a while.
The what?
The Wilhelm scream.
The Wilhelm scream?
Yeah, the ah!
Yeah, it's a very famous, basically audio like trial for someone falling. It's sort of like a goofy like fall sort of sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's like used in a lot of movies. It's basically an in joke to use it at this point.
Ah,
I mean, originally it was basically just a file that's like, well, not file, but like an old track, like recorded way back in the 50s or 60s or so.
mm-hmm.
And a lot of like the movie studio just kept using it again and again and again and something like that. And like in the modern age, basically it's just become so infamous that just a lot of people just insert it just as a background gag.
Oh.
yeah. I mean, MLP's used it about 20 times.
Oh, I've got to really listen to it because I haven't really, I guess I haven't listened to it much, so I wouldn't know what it really is.
Just like Google it. Not even Google it. Just go to YouTube.
Okay.
There's several like mashups that have like all like pretty much every one up to its point of creation.
Wow.
I really do hope that Spike does encounter a female dragon at some point. It'd be really great for him to just get his mind off Rarity, you know? So
Yeah, yeah.
it's never really gonna happen.
Yeah, that is true. At this point it's just it's cute, but at this point it's kind of torture, I think, for
Yeah,
this Spike and his unrequited crush or whatever for Rarity.
yeah.
And make all the Spike Rarity fans upset.
I guess another thing I'd kind of like to see Rarity go on a date with a normal person rather than someone really famous. You know,
Hmm.
so that she could learn I
Have her
don't know,
actually
a
go on a
bit more
successful
social skills.
date.
What?
Have her actually go on a have her actually go on a
Yeah,
successful
exactly.
date because they haven't exactly have a she doesn't have the best track record.
Oh no, no. It's because she aims far too high, you know?
It's not exactly aiming far too high, but she like aims in the wrong direction.
I
Yeah,
think
I
it's just
guess.
because she's too busy. She's too busy. She's running a business, you know.
Yeah. But she limits herself so much, you know? Like she has this idea that her perfect man's gonna be rich and handsome and all this sort of thing.
She
That's
thought it
why
was going
she's
to be Blue Blood, and Blue Blood turned into a jerk.
yeah.
And
And
then she thought it was going to be Trenderhoof, but
yeah,
Trenderhoof was, well, mm,
a weirdo.
a poser, honestly. Kind of a
Yeah.
poser, hipster, whatever. I don't know.
And then she went on a date with someone in the Royal Guard alongside Shining Armor, but he fell asleep. No, honestly, I think she needs to go out with a normal guy, you know. Uh,
True, true.
yeah, I don't know, possibly someone from the Apple family or uh,
Rarity? Big Mac?
no, that's never gonna happen.
Mm,
No, we're more likely to see Big Mac with Princess Luna.
I'm for this. I'm for
Yeah,
this.
I think the most likely with Mac at this point is Cheer Lee, but actually I do actually support Luna.
I'm
Yeah,
for
I,
that too. I like
there,
the Mac shippings I support. Number one, Big Mac and Shirley. Number two, Big Mac and Lona.
the
there
comic
actually is
just
a reference to the comic that
that's how I
said,
actually said the comic sold me on the idea, and it actually makes sense because Luna essentially does have a sister complex with Celestia,
Right.
like with her interesting. So like having her fall in love with basically the big brother figure would just be interesting development.
yeah,
I've seen some fics where, you have Big Mac with Twilight, and it's actually been kind of cute.
yeah,
Big Mac, he gets around ship fix so much.
I know.
It's like that's why I keep saying like one of the benefits if they add more male characters is it'll stop so many Big Mac big ship fix.
yeah,
It's like
Thanks.
just give us something writers like like will work without it, but when you actually give us other characters to work with, it tends to work better.
True.
Yeah.
The more male ponies they've got, the more shippings we'll have.
I know. I really do hope the fans make some more comics of male characters.
Yes.
Yeah, it'd be great to do some dubs of those. So I don't know. It's like nearly every background character they've introduced in the last little while has been a man. It's it's a nice little change in a way.
I agree.
Yeah. Uh, like Princess Spike. Like the only girl they ever brought up. Well, they brought up two girls actually, but yeah, there was also the Drain Pony, the Polo Ponies, the
Oh yeah,
yeah the
the jackhammer pony.
Cutter, yeah, and the one that was arguing with the you know
Fargo pony.
Fargo Pony. Yeah. Oh, and yeah, of course, Fluffy Clouds.
Wow, just wow on that one.
I know. And in this episode, we have the Yaks, who are all men.
Hmm. Definite potential there.
Oh, yeah. uh, so, Ninja, any final thoughts?
Like I said, I'm pretty much got satellite predictions. If you're done, I guess we can wrap up.
Okay, sure.
Yep.
All right. Well, I guess that brings us to the end of this podcast. What are your predictions? Leave them in the comment section below. And I was actually using the mouse on my other computer that's not on right now. All right. Well, see you all.
Bye.
Bye.